All right, welcome to this podcast episode, you guys. Everything's gonna be unedited, everything off script. Well, I mean, I do have a script, but I do have a notebook finally. I'm able to make a list and everything, sort of deal. But welcome to the first episode podcast of this on this channel. I have made a whole notebook and everything. But yeah, number one on this channel, everything's unscripted, everything's unedited, and just to show you the truth in me, really, I'm putting this out on the internet, so it's whatever. But so I made some notes on this notebook. I'm gonna keep over here for the podcast and everything, upload wise, space wise. I don't care what you see, what you look at, whatever. You're just gonna hear my voice talk over and over again. So if you're up to that, if you're like that, cool, cool beans. But um, notes I put here truthful, explicit info, comments off, leave out names, 4 topics every episode. That's what we're gonna be doing today. In this episode, number one, I'm gonna have a title for this, so be clear with me. Be whatever it is. If you like this type of content, if you want to see this type of content, you're now getting it. So So here we go for podcast video number one. Notes, what I have written down here. It's sunny out. The sun's awesome. And yeah, so like this from now on. So basically, this is the type of content that I can probably post at most. That I can do once I can. Right now, today's my day off anyway, so I can just chill out, chillax for the day. Get this uploaded for the next day or so, I think. Yeah. Um, this is what I can do. So it's just gonna be me being me. So next topic we're gonna talk about for my last job, the break, current new job. So my last job, in detail, if you guys want to know, basically weeks in were weird. Seemed like my last 2 3 weeks I was there, things were just really off in my opinion. When I came in, so here, we set the picture. I'll set the image in your head, whatever, how it is. There's a thing linking my cord for this stuff, so I'll have to get that fixed later. Every episode's gonna be new fixes, whatever, blah blah blah. But came in and was doing my own thing and stuff. Got called into the office, whatever, and they told me not to talk about this. Go screw them, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna say the company or anything, but if you know me personally, there's your info. But not gonna say anything. Again, names, companies, everything's gonna be leaved out, but the info will be told to the light because I'm getting tired of these people and everyone and who can be in charge or whatever trying to run me over like hell because I've been through every sort of hell within that company and I never quit. I never forced myself to leave. I wanted to, but was never to that point. So I basically have pushed myself limits day in and day out. When I worked there, I worked my ass off. I've I probably beat myself to shreds being there and everything, but whatever gets the money, so that's how it do be, being there. And yeah, so I came in that day, the first day of the happening, and I was pushed into the office. They're like, "Hey, I need you to tell the truth of what happened or what's going on with this person or whatever." I didn't know who it was at first, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, so I know who the person was." The second time when they pushed me in there, and they were like, "Oh yeah, so you're making this person uncomfortable." I was like, "Who?" And I was like, "Oh, now I know who it was." So basically, they're like, now we have to push this to higher ups." And I was like, I didn't think too much of it. I guess it was gonna be a lighter situation. I think so. Then that day was just like, okay, so I'm just gonna try to do what I can. The first day they were like, "Hey, can you do this? Can you help out other departments and all that stuff?" That was that first day. I forgot to mention that first day of the weird stuff happening, and they're like, "Hey, You're gonna do this department, you're gonna do this department, you're gonna do this department, all that stuff. So I was like, okay, what's going on? And later in the day, they're like, hey, can you help out with this? I was like, okay. So I was basically helping out other departments instead of doing the job that I applied to. And that's why I was like, hmm, okay. And then the second time that I was pushed into office, I was like, oh, so basically no communication or anything with this person, but they're apparently reported that I was being annoying and made them uncomfortable. Yeah, so let's go on with no freaking conversation or anything with them. Sorry, you guys are getting my peak annoyance right now, but this is how bad the situation was. So whatever, I told them information, but no communication with the other person that was annoyed with me, whatever. And then that last day, when I went to my break, went to the office again by team lead there, and they're like, "Hey, we got some unfortunate news," and they had to terminate me because of what I said of information. When they're like, well, what the info I said was like too much for them. No reason, no reason at all. When they could have just suspended me with no pay, and I would have been totally fine with that, because I've already missed a couple days because I've already been sick. So what can I do about that? But see, with certain companies, you really all you can really do, at least that I've been fired from this past job, like they whatever information they told me, I was just like, all right, fine, I just got to deal with it. That day pretty much took a toll on me because I was terminated from a job that I had family with, people, my family that I work with, and then other people that I've worked with long enough to consider family because of how much they're, actually there and all that stuff. I was pretty annoyed, but took a heavy toll on me. Took a whatever it was that crap. Um, then that break to mention with this was pretty much a day of tears. I was pretty pissed. I was upset and kind of relieved too because I've been trying to be fired from that job for a while because I didn't want to do it, but I kept pushing myself over and over again. I kept trying to get a different time to work, like in the morning and stuff, because right now I'm working a graveyard for my job that I do right now, and I've been trying to push and push and push, but they just kept shoving me away like I didn't exist to them until I showed up and actually put some damn effort into it. So that's how it was with that, but then I was just relieved of the duty that I was doing. Yeah, I know it's a duty, ha ha ha. But that's pretty much what it was. So then, yeah, in the break, I had some great friends help me out. We had some bonfires. One, we had a bonfire to go to. I was able to get to that. It was pretty dope. Hung out with some other buddies. They made some burgers, all that stuff. It was good. It was good food. One almost burnt the place on fire. I got the hiccups. So that was pretty fun too, honestly. um, then the other guys were trying to help me out with their job that they do. It was pretty fun. They do a pretty fun job. They help out with like stage crew, all that stuff, set up stages instead of the things that needed for like not like a shift or whatever, but like a full stuff or whatever it is for a show, all that stuff. That's pretty cool. I wish I was able to do that, but that's fine. Um, but then moving to the current new job, um, basically called them that I made an application online, and then they told me, hey, you'll have to um, wait a few days or so for the interview. Scheduled the interview. I came in, all that stuff for it. Told them, hey, um, great communication, um, dedication, I guess. I'm a team player, all that stuff to them. They're like, okay. So basically, then I was hired, and I was like, it's actually pretty cool. So I started with the 8 to 4 shift, training shift for a week. And then they're like, okay, so now since you know a bunch of stuff, move into the graveyard. And that was actually pretty dope. So, and now next topic I have is how have I adapted to the new environment? Graveyard takes a toll on your body for sure. If you ever done graveyard, it is a mess of yourself, but you're also awake for like 8 hours. Um, no sleep or anything, just basically working, 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 getting things done. I've been able to get a lot of things done during the night with the other two that I work with. It'll be either two or one, or it has been me for the 2 days before, which has been very interesting. But I wanted to make sure that I actually get things done, so works out all that stuff. But how have things looking now? Looking like now, current with the situation I am in. I'm getting my paycheck this week, I believe, should be Friday. So hopefully enough to be able to pay my rent. That sucks. Adulting sucks. Don't do it. If you have to do it, it sucks. But um, that is that. And then this. Oh, that's why I was stupid with this one. Because the freaking microphone freaked out and then muted itself. I think it's the cords and stuff, but you get to see that now. Difficulties on episode number 1. Jesus, I can freaking speak. Like I said, I'm gonna get this all fixed and everything, and we'll get it all situated. But yeah, this is gonna be something that we'll talk about next time. If you guys seen from the other channel, I think it was that we already had a discussion about the whole person situation, la la la. But I gotta be aware of that. But things are looking good now. I just gotta wait for this paycheck to come up to be able to pay my rent, and that should be handy dandy. So looking forward to that. But yeah, so again with these podcasts, I'm gonna be fully truthful, fully honest, all that stuff. You'll see my annoyance level peak. You'll see my um levels, all sorts peak to its max because there's just those jobs that are annoying that you want to leave, but you really can't because it's gonna affect your pay. It's gonna affect all this stuff. But it showed how much of a person I am because I will push myself to the absolute limit until I can't no more, and that's totally okay in my opinion. But you do what you want to do. So, looks like I'm out of time and topics for this episode. Make sure to stick along if you guys want to see more, all that stuff. I'm gonna be posting these whenever I can, and be writing the notes and stuff for them. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this podcast episode number 1. I'll see you guys next time.